So how is the movie being received?
As far as I know, the movie's being received in a very positive way, which makes me really happy. From audience reactions to quite a few reviews that I've read so far, and I love that. You know, like I said to you a few minutes ago, like I've been a believer in this project from the bare bones beginning, and I've always had the utmost confidence that this movie was going to turn out to be fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah,
and that's exactly how I think it's turned out. And the fact that, I mean, my 74-year-old grandmother went to the premiere last night and was laughing at some of our sick humor and said that she loved the movie. Like, you know, it seems like people who have no experience with the lifestyle that we portray in this movie still are entertained by it and can relate to it in some sort of way and appreciate it. So it's being received beautifully.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah,
yeah, I love it.
I mean, good. I'm it's so subjective and it's so different every time you watch it with certain people. But I would say that the thing that mattered to us and definitely mattered to us writing it and acting it that's coming through is there is some kind of sort of overriding. Humility is a weird word because it's got a little pretension to it, but some kind of a willingness to expose ourselves for the desperados we were, and some kind of authentic lo-fi-ness to it that, along with the amount of thought and care we put into it, seems to disarm people in some way and allow them to actually get into that world with us, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy about that, and that's what I sort of feel from people that, like, they get in that car with us a little bit and have some, you know, some people think it's funny, some people think it's sad, some people think it's, you know, that is all whatever. We don't have any, like we were saying, we don't have anything about wanting to say something about heroin addiction. We're just saying about it'll make you want that shit, you're ready to do, you'll do a lot to get it. That's really our take.
I thought it was like great at summing up how pointless a heroin addict's life is. It's just...
That's a good reaction.
Yeah.
The repetitive nature of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, just the endless hours trying to get it, being stressed out, being sick, spending the money, how you're going to get the money.
It's a drag.
I would think everybody would say it's funny and tragic.
Right, I think they get a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's also funny how the mindset is beyond the use of the drugs. Like, especially us, and Blake has it's great how we're all in different parts, because Blake has a slightly different mindset than me and TJ, but our mindset is so junked out just in general that, like, our relationship to people even liking the movie takes on a sort of drug addict quality, and our self-doubts and our kind of undiscovered, I mean, it really is real, you know what I mean? How we got through it all, like, it all takes on, it really has affected our lives in a way where, like, we do, no matter what, sort of have that be a kind of ground zero for a certain way to perceive the world, you know what I mean? It's like, well, there was always that, and there's still that. And whether we're using it or not, it's still sort of like who we are in some kind of way, you know what I mean?
Go, if people like it, we don't really care. We don't care if people like it. We're just so happy that we finished it and we like it. And then we go, hey, this guy liked it.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's exactly how it is. And
that's
he's like, this thing's fucking great, man. He's just like the movie, you know what I mean? This thing's great. We're going to do another one. And I'm like, okay, let's play, man. Let's rob the guy.
It sounded like that Sally Fields Oscar acceptance.
Right.
They like me. They really like me.
You like the junkies.
Yeah, I know.
But we didn't want to say anything about heroin addiction, but more invite you into that world and the feel of it, and we wanted to focus on the workday of it. You know, originally we were thinking of bookending the movie by 2 montages of people going to work and then people coming home from work. So we really wanted to get that sort of, because as you know, everybody says it's a full-time job. Who's lived that life? It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
But they don't show that. They show like when they make the movie, they do the highlights. Like you know what I mean, the highlights of it. You know, we thought maybe we can get into this sort of. So the speech I have about sort of the hours would be sort of like the written reductive take on that idea of that it's really just a series of hours spent doing nothing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that
like,
totally came through.
What does a superhero do on a day when there is no emergency? You know, that's just a normal day.
Right.
So that was just a normal day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even need that of like showing people going to work and coming. It was there. It totally came through. Yeah.
And you're from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's right. So
yeah, actually, I grew up in Port Washington. You said Great Neck, right?
Oh man, Louis seafood. Louis.
Louis was one of my first boyfriends. We were in 3rd grade, and he was my boyfriend.
Oh, he's a kid of
Louis Werlein. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
The son. Yeah.
Louis, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were saying about LA. This is much
No,
more
I'm just saying
LA.
that, and then there's a whole. If you're from LA, it's sort of like has an LA a part of LA you don't see in the movies a lot because it's neither Boys in the Hood. It's not like we didn't go full on like Crips, Bloods, and we didn't go Hollywood. So we went with this, which is we lived there. TJ lives a little further west, but I live in this area right, where it's sort of like. Koreatown meets the Latin neighborhood, and it's just an interesting kind of, I don't know, I don't even know what it is, but it's a kind of cool section of Los Angeles you don't see a lot.
Now, a lot of the people that I know, including myself, got shared needles, and it was like with me, it was in the 80s, and so I got hepatitis C.
Dead,
well, I got hepatitis C, and then recently, thanks to Obamacare, they cured me.
You got your interferon?
Harvoni. They wouldn't give me Harvoni. They gave me the next one. So Harvoni would have been 110,000, and they gave me one that was 85,000. Made me sick as a dog for like 4 months. I was so sick. No, that was the Harvoni. That would have been beautiful.
Right.
But still, I was grateful because it was 3 months. You had to take 6 in the morning and 3 at night, and I didn't even know what time of day it was. It was like being stoned again because I was so sick. I was like totally helpless. And my husband took care of me, and then it was like 4 months, and then right after that, he
Just turn this around.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I won't probably put all this on.
No, keep it in
there. Yeah.
So that's the thing Robert got on. Sobel.
And Hank.
None of us have Hep C. Has Hep C?
No.
Wow, lucky.
Amazing.
That is amazing. And no AIDS.
No, not down.
Oh, you're lucky.
No, but I never
shared needles.
You didn't
I shared a needle one time on accident.
How do you do that by accident?
Is it on accident or by accident?
Either way.
Yeah. You do a shot and then the kid next to you goes, "Dude, that was my rig."
That's how you do that.
And I go, "What?" Yeah. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But
there's your movie. That's
Ellen.
Ellen.
My wife. That's her favorite movie of all time.
It's a great movie.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
She
I
loves
don't know about best, but it was good.
Right.
Your movie.
Well, she's an editor.
She's
and
an
she
editor,
loves
and
that
she's
editor.
at editing. She said that. She said I'd never seen.
We
such
like
talent.
foreign movies. We're very snobby and fancy, and then we make dumb kids movies about drugs. Like we don't embody
wasn't
that.
dumb.
But,
it was
you know what I mean.
great.
I'm saying
It was great.
I'm so glad. Okay, that
Yeah.
was me just eliciting praise from you. But we're very.
like you.
We're
We
very.
really
We like
like
our
you.
fancy European movies, or not fancy, but